Why is he screaming like that? Good afternoon, everyone. Uh, this is such a frustrating time. Sis, how are you? I missed you. I love you. This is going to be extremely quick. When I say extremely quick, literally a few minutes. So I know that um, I was trying to explain to you what happened in these last couple of days. Um, I wasn't able to go live, and my channel didn't exist anymore. Let me see if I can get this out without becoming even more frustrated. Okay, so my husband and I had an argument a few days ago, and something about my channel got thrown into the mix. So he said like a bunch of lies on my page. Um, I don't know what it was for. It was to irritate me, and I could not go and erase the lives. I didn't even know that he actually had started one of the lives. I was, I think at the time when that was happening, I was arguing with him. Literally, I think I told him something about cleaning something. I think that's what I did. I told him something about cleaning something, and it blew up into a huge argument. So he said something about my channel. Like I think, okay, if I can remember, he said a bunch of shit, but if I can remember, he threatened to delete my channel or some shit like that. And I was like, I don't give a fuck, delete it, right? So he like set up some lies to irritate me, and he took like control of my channel. So what ended up happening was I was doing it not to be serious, but I deleted my channel somehow. I don't even remember how I did it. I just knew that I pressed something and it was wrong. Even currently, right now, my channel is not back up and running. It's back up. It exists still, but everything on my channel is like private. So I have to go in manually and unprivate everything. Um, like my channel is not showing any analytics or anything like that. And I was gonna be able to have ads put on my shit, and I guess I gotta wait a couple of days to for everything to catch back up. I don't know. Um, Basically, day before yesterday, I just was like, my channel was gone. You know what I mean? Um, the lesson that I learned from this is for over half of my life, I've shared everything with this person. And even though, like, he'll have his things and I'll have my things, you know, he still has access to everything that I have. And this is the reason why this situation, excuse me, this is the reason why this situation has happened, because me being a good wife and allowing him to have access to everything that I have is why I'm here right now. My channel is my brainchild. I came up with it all on my own. Um, I put in the work for it. He did help me with a few things. You guys know I used to always call him tech support. He would come up and his name would be tech support. Um, so when you are a retarded person, when someone assists you, you know, a slow person is going to automatically think that they just did so much work and it's, they share in the rewards. No, not when it comes to my shit. You don't share anything that has to do with me. I don't care if we are married. You don't share anything that I tell you that does not belong to you. And that's my channel. This is my channel. It's only my channel. I allow you, to come up on it and, assist me with things, but, don't get it twisted. This ain't your shit. This is mine. This has put me in a position that I haven't been in ever since I was a teenager. I wouldn't even say a teenager. I'll just say like early 20s, like maybe 19, 20, where my attitude towards shit is not what it grew to be. Just with me living and becoming older, it's back to my adolescent stage. You know what I mean? Good afternoon, my teddy bear. How are you? I hope you're doing lovely on this Monday. Um, my voice is kind of cracking a little bit. I've been yelling and screaming. So, yeah, this is what happens when you yell and scream. I'm not ever going to badmouth him on my channel. Um, I have no reason to do that because this is YouTube. This is a hobby for me. Even though, what I'm saying, like I'm monetized or whatever, this is still a hobby for me. So I will never like mistake this for something else and badmouth my husband. Um, but I am going through something. I'm going through a serious change where the sweetness that was inside of me that had been brewing and bubbling for, a very long time, over 30 years, has now boiled over. The tart, sour, and bitterness that was there when I was in my early 20s is now back. It is there. Um, I'm opposite from him. You know what I'm saying? If you follow my journey on here, you know that there's been several times where my husband has been mad. He's come on this fucking app and he's said, fucked up shit about me. There was a time when he was hella pissed off at me, and he had every fucking right to be. Do you understand what I'm saying? He had every right to be. Where he went on someone else's panel and he basically told the world that they could have me. Um, and literally right after that, I was like, okay, the world's gonna have me. So I left his ass the fuck alone, and I did what the fuck I did, and the motherfucker regretted that shit instantly when I wasn't fucking with him anymore. I'm not him. I'm not gonna come on here. I'm not gonna bash him. I'm just gonna fucking say I am available. Um, I am available. Yes, I'm going through some shit. Please pray for me. That's all I need. Is just prayer. People go through things like this all the time. People go through divorces all the time. People go through separations all the time. Make no mistake, this is not going to be a separation. This is going to be a total fucking severance. I'm done. Don't drop in my fucking chat right now. You know what I'm saying? He handling business, so I don't think he gonna drop in my chat. But I don't fucking know. When you have the phone in your face all fucking day, you know what I mean? I can't tell you what's gonna happen, but this is me being public about my anger. This is me being public about the seriousness of this shit. If you think I'm fucking playing with you, I'm not. I'm dead ass serious. The severance truly begins now. When you fuck with my money, you fuck with my kids, you know what I'm saying? You fuck with my mental, I can't fuck with you no more. Those three things are very important to me. They are my lifeline. That's how I do what I do. And when you do something deceitful to fuck up any of those things, I can't look at you the same. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be you could be family, you could be friend. Me. I'll put my own self between padded walls if I feel like I'm a danger to myself. Do you understand what I'm saying? So It doesn't matter how much I love you. It doesn't matter how loyal I am to you. It doesn't matter what's going on in my life. If I feel like you are detrimental to my blossoming, to my growth, I will cut you the fuck off. And that's how I feel right now. I have never done that to him. I have never stunted his growth. I've only done things to make him grow. I've never publicly put him out there. I've never badmouthed him publicly to anybody. To listen, when I tell you this, to friends, to family, all that shit. I've never done that because I'm not that type of person. But I have noticed that that bitch ass nigga do that shit to me every fucking time. If we're arguing about something, you know what I'm saying, this motherfucker will call my mama and tell my mama real quick like it's nothing. I will never call his mother and tell his mama shit. I don't work like that. I'm grown. And at first, when he would do this shit, I felt like it was just because his mindset, you know what I'm saying? His mind is not as developed as mine is. You know, he's a little kitty in the mind. But after a while, if you keep doing this shit, then that means you just that type of fucking nigga. And I can't fuck with you. You know, sometimes people backslide, and I think that's what's going on with this nigga. Notice I'm not calling him my husband. I'm saying this nigga because I'm doing that on purpose. Um, like I said, you have slid all the way back. You have slid all the way back, and now you done messed my channel up. You know what I'm saying? It's not even about this shit. I don't give a fuck about this shit. This shit, like I said, when I thought I deleted the channel, I was like, oh well, fuck it. You know what I mean? But the fact that you would go this far to try to fuck with something that I do in my free time means that if push, you will try to fuck something else up for me, like coming up to my job and causing a scene and shit. Bitch ass nigga, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of my face. If that's what you gonna do, you need to get the fuck away from me expeditiously. I don't play those type of games. And it's sad that you've been around me since we were kids. You know I don't play these type of games. Yet here your dumb ass go playing it with me. So yeah, that's not how I roll. So I'm gonna put you in the corner with the Duntan on you. You are in time out until I say you are not in time out. Y'all will not be seeing this nigga on my channel no more. Y'all will not be hearing this motherfucker on my channel no more. Y'all think it's a game? I'm not fucking playing. That is literally what is going on. He think I'm playing. That's why I went live and I said this shit publicly. Like I said, I'm not gonna bash him, but I'm definitely making the PSA so that he understands how serious I am. Since you feel that you can do that, here I am doing it. Okay? Like some very intimate moments that we have been plastered on this fucking app. Okay? The last thing I want to do is I want to plaster my separation from you on this app. But if I have to make you snap out or whatever is going on with you, I will. I will. So sis, that's what's been going on. Little boy, what you want? What you need? What you need? You need something? Um, so yeah, that's basically all. Um, sis, I'm so happy that you are feeling great back home. Um, we'll talk more about it. I just know it kind of seemed like I've been distant, and that's why, because that's what I've been dealing with. Just when a person just brings you turmoil and shit, it's just, ugh. And I've never been here. That's what's so crazy about this situation. Like, I can argue with a person all day and just be straight, like not trip. But this shit right here is really, it's got me bugging for real. Um, It's pissing me off in every way possible. That's how you know I'm there, man. Like I'm fucking there. I'm so fed up. I don't want to turn this shit. I don't want to be coming on here doing lives like coping with divorce and how is my divorce going. But you know what I'm saying, nigga, if you don't chill out, that's exactly what the fuck is gonna happen. My my channel is going to turn into a graveyard of my marriage if he don't fucking stop. He's doing way too much. And like I said, he feels that this right here is something so important to me that it's funny to restrict me from my own shit and then go live on my shit. Don't say nothing. Just do the countdown. Just play the countdown just to show that you could fuck up my channel or whatever. There, once a nigga think he could hold something over your head, like it changes shit. And one thing that's for certain, you can't hold a motherfuck thing over my head. I made it so that is impossible. Even when it comes to my children, I made sure that that is impossible. Mommy will always be mommy. I'm not one of these other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not saying this is gonna happen. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, like, if a situation happened where I had to battle with you, I had to go to court with you regarding my children, you will have no motherfucking chance. Okay? You will lose. And you know that. There's nothing that you can fucking beat me in. Once we are enemies and we are going against each other, I will demolish you. There's nothing that you can fucking do that will fucking harm me in any type of way. And I made sure being with you in all of these fucking years that I've been with you, I made sure that that is a constant. I'm on my P's and Q's at all times when it comes to the protection of myself and my fucking children. Nigga, you will be vanquished if you fucked with me in the wrong way. Period. You are, sis, he has driven me to the other side of the universe at this point. He has driven me to the other side of the universe at this point. Since you want to be ungrateful, I can take away your blessing. Take it right away from you. I could, at the snap of a finger, just completely stop fucking with you. Then y'all will probably be hearing about a man getting ran over by a bus on the news because then he'll run out in the middle of the street and fucking get hit by a bus. You know what, sis? I feel nothing. I know you hate it. It's not right, but I actually feel nothing. I feel nothing. Like I'm a respectable woman. I will never get on here and bash the father of my children. I just won't. Even if he gets on here and he bashes me, I would never do that to him. I mean, he knows if he gets on here and he does that to me, then it's not going to have any effect. Like, it's just going to piss him off even more because, you know what I'm saying? Like, the amount of niggas he's going to have to deal with. He did this shit last time, and that's exactly what happened. I keep trying to teach him things that he may not know. Um, I am a solid bitch. You don't really get it. Not only am I solid, but I'm fucking cute as fuck. My life is together. I don't have to ask anybody for shit. There's so many women on this app who literally sleep with men for money. These is nasty hoes. Okay, I'm just keeping it real. These are some low, low grade life forms. That is not me. From the time I was a child until now, that ain't never been me. I've never asked anybody for anything on here. You gotta understand this shit because I don't need it. You know what I mean? So I'm my league is a little different. So when you do stupid shit and you put stuff in the universe, like the last time when you told, oh, y'all can have her, y'all can have my wife because I don't want her no more, and then almost lost your fucking mind when I was like, you thought that was a game? Let me show you my inbox. And I showed you my inbox, and then you almost fucking lost yourself. This, I mean, hey, let's keep it real. You know, Same thing in real life. You have absolutely no friends. He used to have a grip of motherfucking friends. They would get together on their off days and shit and go play basketball and shit. A bunch of these motherfuckers. You don't have no friends no more because they all tried to fuck with me. All of them. Even your best friend, which was fucking crazy. I don't know why the hell he even tried, but even your best friend tried to fuck with me. And I held that shit in for so long. Cause I couldn't tell you because I'm not that type of fucking person. I don't want to fuck up nobody's relationship, no friendship. There's even family members that try to fuck me. I mean, I'm just being honest. Like, we did a whole live on one of this nigga family members that did the shit. I'm just saying, let's just be honest here. I'm an amazing fucking person. My personality just radiates. And it goes with these cute looks. Like I said, stop playing yourself doing the stupid shit that you're doing. Because once I'm gone, I'm all the way gone, dude. Like, I'm not coming back. That's gonna be it. Just stop the shit. You know what I mean? Because you guys were a power couple at the beginning. Are you guys YouTube curious? Do you think you two may have caused some of these issues? Um, we're still a power couple. Nobody on here got a real relationship. You know what I mean? And we've been together since we were fucking children. These bitches don't know how to get no nigga, and they definitely don't know how to keep no fucking nigga. Throughout all the issues that, has happened since I've been a YouTube content creator, I still have my nigga. He acting up right now, but that don't mean like he going nowhere. He ain't went nowhere. I ain't went nowhere. He acting up right now that it could cause his ass to go some fucking where. But you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be messy, not on my end. You know what I mean? Because I'm not that type of person. YouTube didn't do a motherfucking thing to my relationship. The like like I said before, like I just previously said, the same shit that happened on this motherfucker happens in real life. Because like I said, I'm just a radiant ass person. So it happens in real life. Like I said, it was an issue with his own blood family members just doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Contacting me on the low and sending me addresses for me to meet the person, so that we can have a AKA conversation and stupid shit like that, sending me pictures and shit. I'm just like I said, this is some shit that's been happening like all my life. I don't want to put like too much business on here and shit, but I absolutely love his uncle. Man, he rest in peace. One of his uncles, his favorite uncle. He is deceased now. He became my daughter's um, goddad, and he was an awesome goddad. Um, but yeah, that shit was weird, and it caused a rumor I didn't even know was going on. It caused a rumor in the family that like we had something going on or some shit, and he was, impartial to my daughter because it was a possibility that he was the father of my daughter. Some weird ass shit. I ain't never even been alone with that man. You know what I'm saying? That man flirted with me in public, in front of everybody. So I don't know. The shit was just motherfucking weird. But like I said, shit like that happens. It happens. You know what I'm saying? And that shit been happening before I even got on this fucking app. So like we had an issue in real life which caused our brief separation that caused me to step out of my marriage and deal with that one person on here. You know what I mean? But yeah, that wasn't no new shit. Like I'm just being real. That wasn't no new shit. Like we At one point, we had an open relationship, so that type of shit wasn't even an issue. I'm just saying, my marriage is just real different from what other people may think it is. That's why we've been together so long. We share shit. We share shit. So, nah, that's not the problem. Like, the problem isn't anything that either one of us doing. It's the ego. The ego is the problem. Like, I'm I have you in the position to be the provider, the patriarch. Like, you in that position, I give you all of that. Like, y'all don't understand. No bull on some real shit. Like, this nigga, like, and understand, like, some stupid ass bitches out here would think it's stupidity, but it's not. You have to understand the type of relationship that you're supposed to have with your partner. You know what I'm saying? But I walk around here with no financials. I walk around here without a card, without cash. I walk around here with absolutely nothing. You know, except for my phone. You know, I got some Apple Pay, whatever. I walk around here with nothing. You know, my bank, they have their little virtual shit, and I deal with them that fucking way. You know, I make my transactions through like virtually and shit like that. My husband is the one that carries around the cash. My husband is the one that carries around the cards. That's included all my cards. I have not had any of my financial institution cards for years. Okay. I don't even carry those around. You know what I mean? He has all of that because he is, he's the patriarch of my house. He's the lion. So he has all of that. And I know how to do fucking shit without having all that. You know what I'm saying? I pay bills and shit like that without having all that. But when we go someplace, I never drive. It was one time he was like, "When the hell you gonna drive?" I'm like, "I don't need to drive. That's what you're here for." He made me like this. If I touch the door, he gets so angry. I'm not allowed to touch any doors. Like, he has to open up my door in order for me to get into the car. He has to close my door. He has to open up when we go into the establishment. He has to open the door. When we go out to eat, he has to open the door. He has to move the chair. He has to scoot the chair up. He has to do all that. Open my silverware. He has to do all that. I kid you not. After all of these years of us being together, he still do all that shit. Like I said, I can't touch certain shit because as a man, he's supposed to touch it. Like, I bet you was a whole bunch of you motherfucking bitches out here that don't even understand certain concepts of shit. I cannot walk to the wait, hold on, let me see. Is it the left? No. I guess it depends on where the street is. I cannot walk on the outer part of the street. I have to walk within the sidewalk. I know it may seem weird, but my husband told me that's where that's how whores walk. On the outside to advertise. He said, "You're not a whore, you're a wife. So you have to walk on the inside." You know what I mean? I can't even walk on one side of him. I have to walk, on the inner side. And then I have to walk slightly ahead of him so that way he could see ahead of me and behind me, just in case, on the side of me and all that shit, just in case. Like, when we go places to eat and shit, he has to sit facing the door, just in case some fucking shit happen, he could swipe me up and get the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? I pay bills too. My husband gives the money to me, and I do it all. Sis, he brings in the dough, and I pay the bills. And see, that's the thing. I don't do none of that. I mean, I bring in the dough, that's for sure, but I don't have to do any of that stuff. I do it because I want to do it, but I don't have to do any of that stuff. He will do all that stuff. And even though it's such a good thing for this situation, it showed me for the first time that it may not be a good thing that he does everything. Because the nigga played with my channel. I literally trust him with everything. The nigga played with my channel. I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't trust him with my IG no more because, after a while, niggas, weird ass niggas start sending you pictures of their penis and shit. Yeah, you gotta snatch that shit away from your man, or else it's gonna cause your man to think that you solicited for these pics. And I don't know half of the people that send me pictures of their dingling. I'm just being honest. It is very weird how many weirdos on that app send pictures of their tallywhacker. It's I'm like, I don't even know you. What type of shit is this? I don't even know you. Weird ass conversations, weird ass niggas hitting you up and asking you questions and shit. And where are you from? And you look sexy and all this other shit. Like, ew, get the fuck. Like that type of shit. So that's the whole reason why I snatched, what I'm saying, I snatched that away from him because like I wasn't doing shit, but shit was still happening. That ain't my fault. And when that type of shit will make a nigga insecure. So yeah, that was causing a problem, and I wasn't even doing shit. I mean, it's just I blame myself for giving in to certain things. I blame myself for allowing certain things to happen. You know what I mean? Maybe I should have, turned my hood chick on more often and, did what some of these other bitches do and, try to act like the man in the relationship. I mean, when I say stuff like that, I'm being funny. One of these bald headed hood rat hoes automatically will be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? She's having issues in her marriage, but she wants to down, what I'm saying, women and ain't got, those problems. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm making a joke out of it, you know what I'm saying? Because like there's one side to it, but then there's that side. You know what I'm saying? For the situation with my husband, like it could easily go from being, what I'm saying, the side where it's me and you to being the side where it's just me or it's just you. You know what I mean? It could be that type of way. I don't envy any single ass woman. Like I'm just gonna be honest with you. In life, if you believe in certain things, like for instance, if you're a Christian, then the ultimate goal is for you to be a wife. It's for you to share your life with someone. That's why God made woman. That's why God made man, because that's our purpose. We're supposed to be fruitful and multiply. And so that is technically the ultimate goal. I did do a live on this, I think, but that is technically the ultimate goal. And of course, there's women out there that are like, that's not my goal. I don't want to be married. All women don't want to be married. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Women who say that are lying. They're lying. They're only saying that they don't want to be married because it's not a priority for them. They've had trouble when it comes to love. They've had situations in that department where it may be, difficult. But trust me, when they when that happens for them, when the time is right and they meet that special person and they are in a position to become a wife, they are going to fucking do it big. So that right there shows you that they're lying right now. When they say it's not important or I don't want to be a wife, my goal is not to be a wife, they're absolutely fucking lying. Because if that's not your goal, then that means you'll never become one. You understand what I'm saying? You'll never become one. It doesn't make sense for you to become a mother before you become a wife, but a lot of these motherfuckers have done that. So, like I said, it's a bunch of crap. It still is and will always be the ultimate goal for a woman to achieve, which is to become one with someone else, someone to love you forever. You could say other shit like to be top of my career and all this other shit. Like, that's not a given for everybody. You understand what I'm saying? People have prosperous lives and they don't have no careers. I'm just being honest with you. You know what I mean? It's time for women to become soft again. To become soft and realistic again. Kudos to the women that's got to do this shit on their own and they got to be tough. But I didn't have to do this on my own, and I'm still a tough ass bitch. I'm a tough cookie. Can't fuck with it. Can't chew it. Okay? That's still me, and I've always had my better half here. I have an entire village. Okay? with my husband overseas, me going to school and working, you know what I'm saying? My children never went without because I had a mother and a father. I grew up in a two-parent household. And I had a plethora of brothers and a sister that absolutely helped me, absolutely took my child to school, absolutely picked my child up, absolutely fed my child while I was working. There was a part of my life when I had two jobs and I was going to school. I would come, I wouldn't even go home. My children they were at my mom's, and I would go into my mom's house and I would collapse with all my uniform and everything on me, my bag, everything. And I would just go to the room where my children were and I would just collapse right there by their bed while they're sleeping. I would just get in the bed with my boys and just go to sleep with my uniform on. That's how tired I was. I did all that. I did all that to get to where I am right now. And that's the part that I guess is kind of hurting me a little bit with what the hell is happening. But this too shall pass. This too shall pass. I'm just venting right now. And I guess maybe that's what my husband needed to do too. He needed to vent. So maybe he wanted to go live and, maybe vent. But honey, not on my shit. Get your own. Get your own. Yes, but why doesn't it tell you when you have been married so long, like we have? We cannot get fed up with our exactly. We can get fed up with so much shit, and that's how I feel right now. Just like I just want to take a switch and just pop his ass. But that's domestic violence, so I can't do that. I can't do that. Because I know I having days that it's not always sunshine and rainbows. Because any couples that say that they have issues is a motherfucker lie. Girl, we know they're a motherfucker lie. And that's sad when you portray that you don't have issues, that means you have the biggest ones. There was this picture that I saw one day and it really did something to me. And yes, it wasn't recent. It was a few years ago when the bullshit that I did on here happened. But there was this ad. I've been up all day and I haven't eaten a damn thing. I just felt very nauseous. But anyway, there was this ad. It was a picture of a lovely couple, a woman in her wedding dress and her husband in his tuxedo. And they looked so prim, so proper, so beautiful, so in love. And then on the side, it was the same picture, but just turned around. And you could see him almost crushing her hands behind her back. Literally, the image basically was showing like what it looks like when people put on a front the outer picture of the happy couple, and then the second picture showed that he was twisting her fucking arm to make her smile and to make her pose beautifully for the picture, because in reality the relationship was traumatic. It was in turmoil. um I saw that and it had a profound effect on me. um and at least I can admit, because of the things that I have done, especially what I did publicly, how I seemingly humiliated my husband publicly on here. He was he was the image of the wife, and I was the image of the husband that was twisting the wife's arm. Um, I recognize that, and at least I can be a real woman, and I can say that that was my placement. That could possibly still be my placement. Um, there's no telling what the fuck that man is going through right now mentally. Just off of past shit that I've done. There's no telling what the hell is going on. That's why I couldn't bash him. Um, some of his feelings and shit is justified. I ain't gonna lie. At least I can keep it real. But like, there's ways to deal with that. Doing that shit that you doing, like that's not a good. That's not positive. Even though I know I'm wrong, I'm not just gonna let you do any motherfucking thing. Eventually, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get the strap. You know what I mean? Like eventually. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know, sis. But this made me feel slightly better. And because I wanted to see if I could even go live because my shit is all messed up. Girl, I got like 300 fucking videos on my channel. And right now, I think you could only see like 30. 30 out of 300. So I have a lot of work to do. Um, my plan, I play, my children and myself, we do play video games and we stream on Twitch. We've been doing that shit for years. And I noticed that now going over to Twitch is like a big thing that everyone is doing in the military sector and shit. I still refuse to mix and mingle my Twitch to YouTube, but it did give me an idea to do the opposite of what they were doing, which is play my specific game that I love myself over here on YouTube, stream it on YouTube. So I'm probably going to do that when I start doing my rants. I'll be playing the game in the background while I'm talking shit. So I may do that. It all depends on really what's going to happen with my channel. Because even though I am able to put everything back in order with my channel, um, that doesn't guarantee that I want to continue to do this. I'm just going to be honest. Um, there's a lot of shit that is going on, as you can clearly hear, with me in real time. And I don't give a fuck about nothing else. This channel is included. So I don't know what the hell is going to be going on in my life. So I may not even have time to even, I'm always going to have time for you, sis. But I may not have time to be doing like some real in depth content on here. I may just only have time to come on here for a few minutes to just talk and then get the fuck off. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. I really, truly don't. I really, truly don't. And, once again, even with him, um, he has a new contract. And, ooh, this contract is different, y'all. This shit is in the heart of the strip. So yeah, I'm worried. I'm kind of scared. Last time, when we the biggest contract that he ever had, last time when this happened, and he had a contract on the strip, over near where basically Fontainebleau and Resort World is now. They were being built at the time. Well, they weren't there, and then they were being, because that contract lasts for years. But they weren't there yet, and then it was in the process of them being built. Um, the last time he was there, I believe Resort World was completely built, and it was it open? Was it open? I think it was about to open. I think it was about to at that time. And that shit was traumatic. It was so much stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? The people who employed him, crazy. Crazy stuff. He got into a fight with an MMA fighter. He got into a lot of fights with people who just did not want to obey, the law. And um, yeah, that shit. Yeah, it had me on edge. It had me on edge. Um, Shit. I thought I was safe one motherfucking night going down there to kick it with him New Year's Eve. I was stupid. My dumb ass drove down there like a dummy. knowing that I'm gonna be honest, I knew I was gonna have a few drinks, but my stupid ass drove down there because I wasn't that far. Instead of me being at the house, I was staying up off strip, but I drove my stupid ass down there, and then you know what I'm saying, I got too fucking intoxicated and was trying to get a Uber, and that was, man, couldn't get one, and I was frustrated. I was freezing trying to be cute. I was freezing. I was looking for my husband, couldn't find him. There was so much stuff going on. He had to work. My stupid ass didn't realize that. I'm trying to find my husband and can't find him. And here I am, my grown ass is on the strip, and I'm crying because I don't know where my husband is. And I'm heavily intoxicated and I'm fucking freezing because I got this cute ass, like, cocktail dress on and shit. And I got this poncho on, and this poncho isn't doing shit to warm me. And I'm waiting on my Uber, my Lyft, and it can't come. It's saying that it couldn't come to the area because it was just, they shut down the strip or whatever, so cars can't come. But on like back streets and shit like that, like it's a back street called Paradise, like make it come like there. And the traffic was so motherfucking heavy, I couldn't even do that. I was so cold and so frustrated. I decided to get on the bus. So I haven't been on the bus since I was like a teenager, and I decided to get on the bus, and my stupid ass was fucking going in and out of consciousness and shit. And I ended up going to the airport, and then I ended up going into Henderson, and then it was awful. I was hungry. I had ordered some fucking pizza at Robo Nomans, and didn't even stay in, like, my pizza was done, and I paid for it and didn't even eat my pizza. So that was fucking crazy. I don't even know how that happened. I don't know how that happened. I only had two drinks. Do you hear me? I only had two drinks. I don't know how I got like that. Okay. I was tired, but I don't know how I got like that. Two drinks is not gonna do a damn thing for me normally. I should have been able to get in my car and fucking go to the room. And I wasn't. I was messed up. My husband was calling me and shit, and that's what woke me up on the bus, and I realized I was in butt fuck Egypt. So yeah, I had to get off the bus, and then I had to get back on the bus. The good thing is that I know everywhere in the city. I know everywhere in Las Vegas. I know everywhere in Henderson. I know everywhere in every part of this place. I know everywhere in Southern Highlands. I know everywhere in Seven Hills. I know everywhere, every fucking where. Even in the fucking hills of Sun City Anthem, where all the old rich people fucking live and shit. I still know my way around that motherfucker because I have been everywhere. I've been everywhere. Okay? I've been here long enough. So I at least knew where I was at, and I knew how to get back on the bus, and I knew how to get home. So yeah. That ship's crown was froze to death. Almost froze to death. Like my hands were burning. Like, girl, it's a whole long story. That shit was so funny. You know what? You're absolutely right. I I said this before to him. I suggested it. You know, he's not a counseling type of person. I am though. Um, it's not. It wouldn't even, trust me. Like I said, the issues that we have is not like other people. Like, we'll end up talking about the incident that caused us to view each other differently, and then we'll end up by the end of that talking about who's more gangsta. Like, I'm more gangster. Like, some stupid shit that we'll be laughing at and shit. I don't know. That always happens. Like, that's why I try to talk to him as much as possible. But he cuts himself off sometimes when he's really upset. He doesn't want to talk to me because he knows once we start talking, I'm gonna say something that's gonna be funny. He's gonna say something funny, and the next thing you know, like, it's just gonna be swept under the rug. It's gonna be swept under the rug. But trust me, everything that we do, we have our romantic evenings. Remember, we used to have date night every week, and even then, like, we'll be talking, and it'll start off all romantic and things like that, and the next thing you know, like, we'll start talking about who's more gangster. Like we'll end up talking like I want to say it was a couple of days ago. I don't know what we were talking about, but we ended up talking about like I ain't gonna lie, we both, do I want to tell my little secret? I mean, he kind of told my secret already on here, but we both used to, bang when we was teenagers and shit, and we both rapped the same set for a minute, and like he needs to understand that, you know what I'm saying? I was more of a gangster than he was. That was they fucked with me more. You know what I mean? They fucked with me more. And we just started arguing, girl. It was so funny. It was so funny. We just started arguing, like, nah, nigga, I was on the set first. What are you talking to? Like I beat up more niggas than you did, like that type of shit. We, like I said, we are like the polar opposite of each other. He's the male version of me. I'm the female version of him. We are so weird. Like even me talking about it, I'm like, damn, we are so weird. Stick by him, sis, and help him along the way where he's so hurt at. Get to the source. I already know what the problem is. I already know what the problem is. I ain't gonna lie, it is me. I'm the problem. It's me doing shit I ain't supposed to be doing. But the thing is that I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm delivered. I'm not doing that shit no more. I'm not doing that shit no more. Not for real though. It's alcohol. That's what it is. I don't have no issues with him when he's not drinking. Um he normally holds his liquor really good, but later on in life, as he gets older and shit, he's not doing well when it comes to holding liquor. And as I can't tell him, like, I tried. I can't tell him not to drink. I can't say put the fucking bottle down. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. So he's a grown ass man. He's a grown ass man. He works fucking hard. He provides for his family. Like, I'm not gonna tell him not to do fucking something unless it bothers his health. And this is where we are right now. I feel my apologies. So the problem is calling me currently. Um, so this is the end of my life. Yeah, I'm just gonna call him back. If you can put in the work to try, so can he. I'm not even mad at him anymore. Now that I didn't like came on here and I didn't talk and shit, I'm not even mad no more. Like the shit is stupid. The shit is stupid anyway. But him fucking with my channel though, yeah, that's a problem. He gonna have to do something with his life. You understand what I'm saying? He's gonna have to do something with his life. Let me see real quick. Oh my god. Okay, so we'll resume this later because he's gonna keep calling a bunch of times. He's not gonna get the like clue that I may be on live. So call like one of the kids' phones or whatever. And my children's phones are so jacked up and everything is so small I can't see like how to do anything on their phone. It's just absolutely like ridiculous. This is crazy. So yeah, I'll be back later, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you guys as always. Until next time, bye.